Thank you, Senator Vidak. Members, Senator Fuller.
Madam President and members, today I rise in opposition of the firearms bills. For the most part, they attack the Second Amendment rather than attacking criminal activity. For the most part, they would take away people's rights rather than putting people in prison who use firearms inappropriately. If someone hits someone with a car, we do not take their car away from them and ban cars. We basically take care of the criminal activity and put them in jail. We need to look at the way we are thinking about behavior. We need to decide that we have certain Second Amendment rights that we need to protect. Beyond that, we are reaching further into the people's pockets. The initial costs are estimated at $36 million with an ongoing cost of $8 million. And we need to look at the time we are spending on attacking people's rights and freedoms we should be using to streamline and help law enforcement take illegal guns off the streets and criminal behavior stopped by putting them in appropriate law enforcement jails, rehabilitation, or other places where they can get help or be rehabilitated. But mostly we need to get those people who would use our rights against us, we need to get them off the streets. This package of bill will do nothing to bring more safety to our communities. In fact, it will continue to penalize people who are trying very hard to exercise their Second Amendment rights in a responsible way.
Thank you, Senator Fuller. Senator Morrell.
Thank you, Mr. President. Question of the author? Question?
Senator DeLeon, would you like to take a question?
Thank you, Senator.
Please proceed.
I appreciate that. Sure. A couple of my colleagues here made an accusation against the process of gutting amend bills, which this is a gutting amend. Is that correct?
Let me address that, and I'm glad the senator from up north, Chico, had brought up the situation. Let me explain the process first, because this is an opportunity. Number one, there has been transparency, and let me explain. Because of Senate Bill 1253, which we passed in 2014 by my predecessor, then Senate President Pro Tem Darrell Steinberg, who authored this measure, and it passed on both houses on a bipartisan vote. Senate Bill 1253 gives us now, the legislative body, the ability to review all ballot initiatives that may go on the ballot before the people. As a result of 1253, which passed on a bipartisan vote, we have the ability to review these proposed ballot initiatives and to suggest changes. And perhaps we can persuade individuals, interest groups, to not move forward with this ballot initiative. We did this with the minimum wage, and I think we did that in a very successful manner. We have a timeline that we're dealing with, which is the end of June. Therefore, as a result, the measures that are being heard today, as well as 1235, were given the proper file notice. No file notice waivers were requested, nor granted, because they were never requested in the first place. So all the proper file notices were given out. Secondly, they were vetted in policy committee. In some instances, they were vetted twice because there are similar bills with Senate bills as well as AB bills. Thirdly, they were debated and they were discussed in the fiscal committee, the Senate Appropriations Committee. Now, there was a motion in the Fiscal Appropriations Committee to send the measures to the suspense file. As a result, that motion was defeated by a majority of the members of the Appropriations Committee, and the analysis is reflected of the fiscal impacts. I wouldn't know that because I'm the former chair of the Assembly Appropriations Committee as well as the Senate Appropriations Committee. The role of the suspense file is to take all proposed measures, do an analysis of the potential fiscal impact in the aggregate, do the analysis, and make the decision as we move forward. So therefore, this measure, as well as the other measures, were all provided a fiscal analysis. The only difference is that we're speeding it up 1 week. Next week, Friday, the measures will be decided, the vast majority of measures, on suspense file if they proceed. The only difference is a 1-week time frame period. That's it.
So, but this is a gut and amend, correct?
Not on this measure, no.
On this measure, okay. But
If you're referring to Senate Bill 1235, no.
that's
File
what
item
I'm
52,
referring to because I heard it over here twice.
I know you heard, but I'm making the correction, not 1235.
Okay, 156 then. Okay, my apology on that.
No, no, no problem at all, no
Thank you
problem.
for that.
No problem.
But one thing I do think, my constituents just started calling yesterday on this bill. So I know somehow it was late getting out, and I just wish there would have been more time and that the public would become aware of these.
Sure, sure. Let me just, and I'm respectful of your question and the direction of the question. For transparency purposes, Senate Bill 1235 was already noticed on the file properly. We didn't request a waiver. If it was not going to be noticed on the file properly, I would have to submit a waiver request. No problem, because we're within the time frame. Secondly, it was vetted in Policy Committee, Public Safety, and there was a dialogue, a debate. It was vigorous, but there was a vote. Thirdly, there was a fiscal committee hearing on this measure and a similar measure in appropriations. Again, there was a motion to send the measure to the suspense file. That motion was defeated by the majority of the committee members to send it to the floor for deliberations, for a debate, and for a hearing. So we actually have worked within all the time frames. It has been vetted policy-wise as well as fiscally. It's been notice filed weeks back, so there's plenty of time for individuals to have their voices heard. Without a doubt, I know the National Rifle Association and many other individuals and groups who do oppose this measure have been present at each committee hearing as well, too. So the issue of democracy or lack of transparency is inaccurate.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Members, additional debate or discussion on this item? Seeing and hearing none, Senator DeLeon, would you like to close?
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, this is a very common sense approach that is less cumbersome to a large degree than my own measure, Senate Bill 53, as well as the current proposed initiative that perhaps is before the voters. Again, one of the successful measures that we passed in a bipartisan vote was Senate Bill 1253 that gives us, the legislative body, the ability to review and assess measures that perhaps we as a legislative body can weigh in on and perhaps persuade individuals or special interest groups not to move forward with said initiative. This is what we're exercising here today in this legislative body. I already explained the process initiative, and I think that Hiram Johnson's vision for empowering citizens was incredible. But I don't believe his intentions were to bury citizens with an avalanche of very complicated and controversial initiatives. That is our role as legislators. We don't give up the responsibility and push it on to the people of California. Whether you agree or disagree with the content or the direction of my measure or any of the measures that will be debated on this floor, what we do not do is we give up our responsibility as elected officials and as legislators to do the people's work. You may disagree with the direction of the measures, you may not like the content of the measures, but when it comes to transparency and process, we have played by the rules. In a democracy, the majority create the rules as voted by in a bipartisan fashion. We have adhered to those specific rules. You cannot have the luxury to pick and choose which initiatives should be debated and argued or dialogued or voted on. This is, again, a common sense measure which has nothing to do with the Second Amendment of the Constitution, the right to bear arms. This deals with ammunition, which is the fuel, the oxygen of the gun violence that ravages our communities every single year. Again, 3,000 children will die. 3,000 children will die in America this year. That is the average number. We need to know who is selling ammunition, and we need to know who is buying ammunition. And by the way, prohibited persons, gang members, actually do walk into Big Five gun bait and tackle stores, as well as Walmart and other stores that sell firearms as well as ammunition, and purchase firearms. I should say not firearms, but ammunition. They do that all the time. When the city of Sacramento implemented their pilot program here for the very first time, it is well documented. They found out that 336 prohibited persons, those individuals who are felons, purchase ammunition. And as a result, they found a bazooka, crystal meth, heroin, cocaine, ecstasy drugs, long guns, handguns, as well as high-powered assault weapons were captured as a result of the program that they implemented here in the city of Sacramento. But the only problem is criminals, and you're right, we can't buy ammunition in city of Sacramento, so we have to go to Elk Grove, or we have to go to Oakland, or we have to go to Roseville or elsewhere. And that's the problem of Los Angeles. You can do it in Compton or Pomona, but you can't do it in the city of Los Angeles. It's a porous process, and that's why we have to have a uniform application. Mr. President, as well as colleagues, for the safety of our children, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen? Aye. Anderson? No. Bates? No. Bell? Aye. Berryhill? No. Block? Aye. Canella? No. De Leon? Aye. Fuller? No. Gaines? No. Galgiani? No. Glazer? Aye. Hall? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Hernandez? Aye. Hertzberg? Aye. Hill? Aye. Hueso? Aye. Huff? No. Jackson? Aye. Lada? Aye. Leno? Aye. Leva? Liu? Aye. McGuire? Aye. Mendoza? Aye. Mitchell? Aye. Monning? Aye. Morlock? No. Morrell? No. Wynn? No. Nilsson? No. Pan? Aye. Pavley? Roth? Pavley, aye. Roth? No. Runner? Stone? No. Vidak? No. Wykowski? Aye. Wolk? Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Leva? Aye. Runner?
Ayes 24, noes 15, the measure passes. Members, we're moving on to file item 86. That's file item 86, AB 156. Senator De Leon, Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 156 by Assemblymember McCarty, an act relating to ammunition.
Senator De Leon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, this is a measure authored by Assemblymember McCarty, which exactly mirrors the bill that you just heard. I want to thank Mr. McCarty for his commitment and extraordinary leadership on this issue, because he was the author of the local Sacramento ammunition sales ordinance that led to the capture of hundreds of criminals actively buying ammunition in the city of Sacramento. Mr. McCarty and I have history because we worked together 10 years ago on this measure. I want to thank him for his incredible leadership. These local ordinances were very critical to informing the statewide approach that we are now proposing. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Members, debate or discussion on this item? Debate or discussion? Senator Stone.
Thank you, Mr. President. And this was the gut and amend that my colleagues were talking about, that every bill should stand on its own. It should be transparent. You should have public hearings on every bill that feels that it needs to be heard, and the public has a right to comment on them. I'd like to just talk also briefly about the abuse of the initiative process. Here, we're being told that we're expediting these bills so that we can negotiate with the author of the initiative to withdraw the initiative. And we wonder why we have so many initiatives on the ballots. And the reason why we have so many initiatives on the ballots is because of the failure of the legislature to do the right thing on behalf of the citizens of the state of California. And there are numerous examples of that. Look at Prop 13 and the continual attacks on Prop 13. Prop 42, here we have crumbling infrastructure going on in the state, yet we make a fee out of a tax and we divert that money that should be going to roads and bridges. And that was a complete circumvention of the will of the people of the state of California, which was rather unfortunate. So for these reasons, I would like to see the initiative go forward because I think it's going to be resoundingly defeated by the citizens of the state of California. And for these reasons, I urge a no vote.
Members, additional debate or discussion on this item? Seeing none, Senator De Leon, would you like to close?
I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. No. Block. Aye. Canella. No. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. No. Gaines. No. Galgiani. No. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Weso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Aye. Lara. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. No. Nielsen. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. No. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wykowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Ayes 24, noes 15, the measure passes. Moving on, members, to file item 51, SB 880. File item 51, Senator Hall. Secretary, please call the roll. Please read.
Senate Bill 880 by Senator Hall, an act relating to firearms.
Senator Hall.
Yes, Mr. President, Senators, SB 880 closes the bullet button loophole in California's assault weapons ban by redefining assault weapons to include military-style semi-automatic firearms that do not have a fixed ammunition magazine. Requires such weapons to be registered with the Department of Justice and prohibits the future sale, purchase, or possession of such weapons in California. For years, gun owners have been able to circumvent California's assault weapons law by using a small tool to quickly eject and reload ammunition magazines. These types of firearms have no legitimate use for sport hunters or competitive shooters. And let me repeat that these type of firearms have no legitimate use. They are designed only to facilitate the maximum destruction of human life. Such weapons have been used in a number of recent gun attacks, including the recent terrorist attack in San Bernardino that left 14 Californians dead and 21 injured. Members, too many of our sons and daughters, too many of our brothers and sisters, too many of our mothers and fathers have fallen victim to gun violence in California. There is no time to delay action. The time to act is now. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Members, debate or discussion on this item? Senator Nielsen.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, this bill had been passed and signed into law last year. It would have had zero impact on the San Bernardino murders. Zero impact. It affects some 95% of those who have guns. Legitimately so. That 10 magazine was a bill passed here, I believe, in a legislation by Senator Steinberg. And the individuals who have these guns are not worried about rapid shooting and going around and using those guns to mass murder. That's not their intent. And those who are going to commit those kinds of crimes will not be disarmed by this legislation. Not in the least. And next year, will our children be spared and saved by this marvelous bill? Not in the least. Those who want to do mass murders will not be deterred. They will find the weapon that will fire many rounds. Or they will carry into the site where they're going to do their dastardly crime the several weapons, as they do, or they will do it, as in San Bernardino's case, in teams. Ladies and gentlemen, this bill also misses the mark. Don't be deceived by the rhetoric that it spares our children. It does not. It misses the mark. I urge a no vote.
Senator Stone.
Thank you again, Mr. President and members. According to the Department of Justice, homicide in a California report for 2014, rifles were used in only 40 of 1,169 cases, which is roughly 2.5% of the violent crimes. This reflects a 54% decrease in the use of rifles in homicides between 2005 and 2014, where we see a majority of crimes being done with handguns. According to the California States Sheriff's Association, which is opposed to this bill, California has some of the strictest laws for guns in the nation, yet gun violence continues to plague our state. We must continue to take steps to keep guns out of the hands of criminals and other prohibitive persons. It would also make a monumental change to the scale of California firearm laws, banning millions of constitutionally protected firearms that have no association with crime. These changes would happen quickly with great individual cost to many gun owners and little public notice. Reading from the Sheriff's Association's opposition letter, they say, this measure would ban the sale of commonly owned rifles that do not fall under the current regulatory scheme. In doing so, SB 880 would likely result in the allocation of law enforcement resources regulating the gun-owning practices of otherwise law-abiding citizens at the expense of efforts to keep firearms out of the use and out of the hands of criminals and other persons that should not be arms. Again, Mr. President, this is nothing more than a further erosion of Second Amendment rights. I'm very confident that this measure will pass off the floor here today, but I'm also very confident that if passed and signed into law, that the courts of this land will continue to protect the Second Amendment. I urge a no vote.
Thank you. Senator Glazer.
Mr. President, members, I rise in support of this legislation. You know, when the legislature passed many years ago a ban on assault weapons, which was signed by the governor, the view was that these weapons of war don't belong in our neighborhoods and in our communities. The gun manufacturers got creative, and they figured out a way to take one of the elements that define an assault weapon, which is the ability to load and reload quickly, and create a loophole in the manufacturers of these weapons so that you needed a tool. And the definition of the law allowed you to have a detachable magazine if it could be removed with a tool. But now we know from experience that that tool could be as simple as a bullet that you press against a button on the weapon to have that ammunition clip come out and be replaced quickly. So the legislation that's before us is a modest one. It takes a loophole that's been created over the years by gun manufacturers, and it closes it. And I would say this, that it's the people that would use these weapons, any weapon, to hurt innocent people are deranged, and they have many serious problems. And nothing in this law is going to change that circumstance. But I think all of us, if we were in a situation, in a dangerous situation, would want to have any opportunity to protect ourselves, protect our loved ones. And this loophole allows for the rapid reloading of a weapon. And it should be removed so that in the chance that these weapons are used, that we could provide that extra second, that extra 5 seconds, that could be the margin between surviving for yourself, for your loved ones, for others, and not. And I think it's a modest proposal. I'm pleased to join with my colleague from Compton in co-authoring it and would ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Members, additional debate or discussion? Seeing none, Senator Hall, would you like to close?
Yes, Mr. President, thank you for the opportunity and the robust conversation on the floor. I'd just like to make a comment that our colleague from the north indicated, this bill misses the mark. I'd like to believe that the 14 lives that were taken in San Bernardino wouldn't say the same. And the millions or thousands and thousands of families that lost their loved ones from the north wouldn't say the same. And I like to believe that the 21 individuals who were injured because the gunman did not miss the mark would not say the same. And today we have an opportunity not to miss the mark and make sure that we pass some robust legislation to help protect the people of California. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No. Bates. No. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Block. Aye. Canella. No. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. No. Gaines. No. Galgiani. No. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Wisso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Aye. Morlock. No. Morrell. No. Wynn. Nilsson. No. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. No. Runner. Stone. No. Vidak. No. Wykowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Please call the absent members.
Berryhill, no. Jackson. Aye. Wynn. Runner.
Ayes 24, noes 14. The measure passes. Senator Long, for what purpose do you rise?
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, if we can quickly go back, Mr. President, to privileges of the floor. I just want to quickly recognize two in the spirit of bipartisanship and cooperation and collaboration. I want to recognize two of our former colleagues from this Senate floor, the Senator John Benoit. John Benoit is here with us today, or Benoit, for those, John Benoit. In private, he goes by Benoit, if you don't know. And with us is Mr. Brian Nastandi. Brian Nastandi right here.
Welcome back to the California State Senate. Members, we're moving to file item 89. File item 89, AB 1135.